the last human. She was the last human on Earth. She knew it, and so did they. The aliens had invaded the planet a year ago, wiping out most of the population with their advanced weapons and technology. They had taken over the cities, the factories, the farms, and everything else that humans had built. They had enslaved the survivors, forcing them to work in mines, factories, and laboratories. They had experimented on them, dissected them, and harvested their organs. She had escaped from one of their camps, along with a few others. They had fled to the wilderness, hoping to find a safe place to hide. But the aliens had tracked them down, one by one, using their drones, their sensors, and their hounds. She was the last one left. She ran through the forest, clutching her backpack and her rifle. She heard the alien hounds behind her, barking and howling. She knew they were faster than her, and they would catch up soon. She looked for a place to hide, or to make a stand. She saw a cave up ahead, and ran towards it. She entered the cave, hoping it was deep enough to conceal her. She turned on her flashlight, and scanned the walls. She saw paintings of animals, people, and symbols. She realized she was in an ancient human site, perhaps a sacred place for some tribe or culture. She felt a pang of sadness, thinking of all the history and culture that the aliens had destroyed. She heard the hounds outside the cave, sniffing and growling. She knew they had found her scent. She checked her rifle, and saw she had only 3 bullets left. She knew it was not enough to kill them all. She decided to save 1 bullet for herself. She waited for them to enter the cave. She saw their glowing eyes in the dark, and their metallic bodies reflecting her flashlight. They were not natural creatures, but cybernetic hybrids of flesh and metal. They had sharp teeth, claws, and spikes. They were the perfect killing machines. She aimed her rifle at the first one that came into view. She pulled the trigger, and shot it in the head. It fell to the ground, twitching and sparking. The others did not hesitate, and charged at her. She shot another one in the chest, but it did not stop. It lunged at her, and bit her arm. She screamed in pain, and kicked it off her. She shot it again in the head, and it stopped moving. She looked at her arm, and saw blood gushing out of the wound. She felt dizzy and weak. She knew she was losing too much blood. She knew she was going to die. She saw the last hound approaching her slowly. It seemed to sense her fear and weakness. It seemed to enjoy it. It growled softly, and licked its lips. She raised her rifle to her temple. She looked at the paintings on the wall one last time. She saw a human figure holding a spear, facing a beast with horns and fangs. She wondered if that was how they felt when they faced the aliens. She pulled the trigger.